Okay, question 2. 1/5 of all UK deaths are caused by smoking. The graph below shows the total number of deaths from lung cancer of males and females of different ages in the United Kingdom in 2004. So the total, so I'm going to underline the total number of deaths from lung cancer. So again, going to get comfortable with my graph and work out what my data's telling me. So the y-axis, total number of deaths from lung cancer, and then your x-axis, age at death in years. Okay, so it's going up in 4s. And then my key, so the black bars are males and the white bars are females. So I'm comfortable with what my axes are telling me, and I'm comfortable with what my key is telling me. So number 1, describe the 2 main trends shown by the graph. Okay, so again, I can see that as the age increases, okay, in both genders, the total number of deaths from lung cancer increases. Okay, this is interesting here. So between ages of 45 and 49, there's the same number of deaths, whether they're male or female. Okay, and I can also see, obviously from the size of the bars, that males are affected more than females. Okay, so my first answer is therefore going to be, so as age increases, the number of deaths from lung cancer increases. Okay, remember, we're just stating what it is that we see. We're just describing the data. Okay, and then as I've just already said, the next trend, more males than females die from lung cancer. Okay, but I'm going to put in that wee bit that I noticed. So after the age of 49. Okay, and that's an important statement there, because if you just put down more males and females die from lung cancer, not at that age group, they don't. Okay, so that wouldn't be valid. So again, it's for 2 marks. It's asked for 2 trends. We can tick that off. We've gave 2 answers. So B part 1. Calculate the whole number ratio of male to female deaths in 45 to 49 years old and 60 to 64 years old. Okay, so again, looking at, going back to my graph, I can see, so these emboldened lines are called your major grid lines in your graph. These kind of slightly kind of unboldened or kind of slightly less boldened are your minor grid lines. Okay, so I can tell that this is obviously, this major grid line is 500. Okay, that would be 1,500, and so on and so forth. Okay, and I can also work out that each little line, each box is represented by 100. Okay, so when I look at these 2, again, just to keep me active, it's right in between the lines, so that's 250. Okay, so for both males and females, it is 250, so that's a really easy wee ratio for us to work out, 1/1. Okay, 1664, slightly different. Okay, so when we look at this bracket here, okay, so I can see for males it's 2000. Okay, and then for females, I just need to carry it along. Okay, nice and easy, and I can see that that hits this number here, which is 1200. Okay, not so easy as this one in relation to your ratio. Because we're dealing with large numbers, I would think to go larger on what number we're going to use to divide. Okay, and then when I work it out, I can see the fact that this is an easy one to represent in relation to the numbers, that 30 can't, 40 can. So I'm going to divide both of them by 40, okay, which is there going to give me 5 to 3. What some of you will probably do is you'll just knock off the 0. But that won't give you enough. It won't give you your whole number ratio. You need to simplify as much as you can. Okay, so answer to B, part 1, 1 and 1 for male and female for 45 to 49, and then 5 to 3 in relation to 60 to 64 years. Okay, part 2. Suggest a reason for the difference between the two calculated ratios. Okay, so why do we have a difference between these ages, 45 to 49 and 60 to 64? Okay, so when we look at this data, we can see that essentially what's happening is lung cancer is developing earlier in men compared to women. We'd already spoke about that previously. Okay, or what we could say is that the older men smoke compared to older women, while younger men and younger women have kind of similar numbers. So the older the chap's getting, they're smoking more compared to females. Okay, so my kind of perfect answer would be lung cancer develops earlier in men. I'm going to put it here. Anyone in my class knows I have the largest writing in the world. In men compared to women. So lung cancer develops early in men compared to women because there's larger numbers there. Okay, or what you could do, so if I write this down in the answer, or as just an example of another answer that the SQ would accept, okay, more older men smoke compared to older women, while younger men or women have similar numbers. Okay, that's kind of more of an extended answer, but this would be acceptable. Okay, but you need to remember it says suggest a reason for the difference between the two calculated ratios, and what we're talking about is we're talking about lung cancer. We're talking about the deaths from lung cancer, okay, but not necessarily all to do with smoking. Okay, so this is the expectation in the SQ that you mention lung cancer within the answer. And then finally, part C, 95% of deaths from lung cancer occur in smokers. Okay, calculate how many male non-smokers aged 75 to 79 died from lung cancer in the UK in 2004. Okay, so we know it's this section we're going to be using. Okay, but the interesting thing is this data, okay, relates to the total number of deaths from lung cancer of males and females of different ages in the United Kingdom in 2004. So that includes smokers and non-smokers, because unfortunately some people still get lung cancer and have never smoked in their lifetime as such. Okay, so when I look at the total number here for males, I see that that's 3,800. So 3,800 deaths from lung cancer. Okay, but it tells me already there's 95% of deaths from lung cancer occur in smokers. So I need to work out what that 95% is. Okay, so quickest way to do that, get your calculator. I've obviously done this previously. 95 times by 3,800 divided by 100, because we already know what the percentage is, so you flip it round, okay, gives me 3,610, okay. So finalise 3,800, take away 3,610 equals 190. Okay, so our answer is 190. So calculate how many male non-smokers aged 75 to 79 died from lung cancer in the UK in 2004. The answer is 190.